Hi everyone. In this tutorial I want to show you how you can create a responsive menu for mobile, tablet and desktop version. Um, so something similar to this guy. You can see that you have a trigger up here. This is basically the mobile version where you could trigger the menu, and then if I expand the view, this is the tablet view, you can see that you have this kind of menu. There's the side navigation over here, and then if you expand more, you're going to see that you have all sort of links over here as well. So let's get started. For the elements that you can see in this page, like these ones, I initiated uh, the RS kit, which is going to be a UI kit that you can use in your web interfaces. It's pretty much something that I built by thinking about what a designer needs. Quite cool elements, and all of these elements I already have created tutorials for you, so you can go ahead to my channel and take a look at how I created these. So hopefully this is something that could be useful for you. Alright, let's get started. As you can see, I've already created the markup. So we have a header div over here which contains a trigger in the mobile version. So it's basically a link that points to null or nothing, because we don't want it to go anywhere. And then there is a span inside it, and there is this navigation which is supposedly going to be the top navigation. I just added just a text, but then you can add any sort of navigation elements here, like unordered list, to create like a list of links. And then apart from this header, we have the main wrapper. I have created a navigation element here containing an unordered list with all the elements that I would like to have in my site navigation. And also we have the main content over here, which is inside the main wrapper. I'm going to share the code with you, so don't worry about if you don't get all these things over here. But okay, let's get started. So let's style this. For the header div, I'm gonna give it a height of maybe 45 pixel, and then I want it to be positioned absolute, and also I want since we have positioned it absolute, we have to define the width to be 100%. I'm going to give it a background color of, let's say, I don't know, AAA, and let's see how it looks like. Alright, cool. We need to get rid of the margins and paddings on the body. So I'm going to create this style body margin 0 and then padding as well to 0. Alright, so you can see that it fixes itself up there. And what I want to do is actually expand this to all the elements. So you can see that it goes up here. I want to give it a padding on my header to be maybe 10 pixel, which looks fine. One more thing is that I want to include the padding that I have added into the height of this element. In order to do that, we set the box sizing to be border box. Now you can see that the padding is kind of calculated into the height of this element. Next thing is the top navigation, in case you want to have a top navigation. So top navigation, and then I want the float to be right, so it goes to the right of the page. And the most important thing is that when you want to design a responsive layout or responsive menu, start first with the mobile version. So this is basically the width that is going to be shown in the mobile version, and then build for the tablet, and then build for the desktop version. So as you can see here, I want this top one to have a display none, because I don't want this to be visible in the mobile version, so it's no longer there. Also, what we have in the mobile version is this guy, which is the menu trigger, right? Let's build that. And we've already added the element over here, which is the mobile nav with a span within it. So I'm going to do mobile nav, and then the span within it, I want the width to be 30, maybe 2 pixels, and then I want the height to be 2 pixels, and then the position should be absolute, and I want the background color to be black here. We just need to make sure that, okay, let's see how it looks. It looks something like this, and I want it to be centered on my header. So I'm going to do top 50%, so it comes to the middle. But also I would like it to be on the right hand side of the menu. So on the container element, which is the mobile nav, I would do float right, and then you can see that it goes over here. I need to set a padding. Let's say top 0, 30 pixel on the right, 0 on the bottom, and 0 on the left. So yeah, that's pretty much what we want. Now in order to create the top and the bottom one, what I'm going to do is to use the pseudo elements after and before. Pretty much they look the same, so they are basically the same. I'm going to use the same one. I'm going to use the before and then the same one and after. Right now they're at the same spot, but if I get this one and then move it on top, top maybe, I don't know, minus 6 pixel from where it is, and also for the same one, the after, I want it to be top maybe 6 pixel, yeah, the same distance. And for the before and after, you need to set the content to nothing, and then here I want the content to be nothing as well. So as you can see, we pretty much have our menu element here. We need to make sure that, let's say, cursor pointer here, so that the whole element, when you hover on top of it, gets to be you know, a pointer when you hover actually here. All right, pretty cool. Next thing that I want to build is the actual navigation, which is this one, the side navigation, which will be, you know, this guy. Sorry, this guy. But it should look something like this. So in order to build this, I have already added the markup over here. And you can see that I have added a unordered list, and then the li, which has 2 span, one for the icon and one for the tags. For the icons, I actually use the Ionicons icon set. It has pretty cool icons over here, and I just randomly used a couple of them, you know, just for the sake of this tutorial. And you can already see how it looks. Now the most important thing is that since we have set this to be absolute, we have to set on the main wrapper, element, I want to set a padding top of the height of our header, which is 45 pixel. I'm going to make it 50 pixels, so we have an extra, you know, space over here. And now I know that it's going to expand the whole width. So it's going to be the side navigation class should have a width of 100 pixel, and then I will give it a dark background, like maybe 333, and you can see how it looks, right? So maybe just going back to the original size of the header so that we don't have this. Yeah. All right. And also I would like the color to probably the overall color to be white. So I'm going to use FFF. This is what you see. Now you can see that in the original demo it's like the full height. So what I'm going to do is that on the navigation I would set the height to be 100 VH. So you can see that it kind of expands to the whole, and this VH basically means that just fill 100% of my viewport height, which is exactly what we did. Now let's style the menus over here. So we have this UL element in my site navigation, and also I have my LIs, right? So for the LIs, I will ULLIs, I will define the padding to be maybe 10 pixel on top and 20 pixel on left and right. So it looks like something like this. Also, what I would like to have is some sort of a divider or a line. So I'm going to actually give a border bottom, 1 pixel solid, and maybe 999. Yeah, pretty cool. And what I want to do here is want to check the font size to be maybe 16 pixel. Let's see. It shouldn't be over here. It should be, since we have defined these spans over here, we should go ahead in the side navigation, UL, LI, and my spans, the font size to be 16 pixel. And yeah, there you go. It's already 16. So the next thing I want to do is to differentiate the color of these. It's a design thingy that I always like to do in my presentations. So I will do I will copy this guy, and then I will do span first child, which means the icons. Then I would set the color to be something like 999. Alright, so you can see that now they are a little bit darker, maybe even more, like 666. And yeah, I would like to actually expand this a little bit, maybe 20 pixel padding on each element so that you can see, we have our menu. For the sake of the JavaScript, so right now this guy is visible. We need to trigger it when we click on this. So initially we want to set this to be off. So what I'm going to do is that I have my side navigation. So I'm going to add a class, side navigation, and then visible. And then I will set the visibility to visible, right? And originally, I will set the visibility of this to be hidden, right? So hidden. So now it's hidden, and then we want to be able to click on this and then show the menu. I'm going to use a JavaScript library called jQuery. Probably you already know about it. Pretty good library for working with DOM and all sort of interactions you want to do with DOM. So I already have this script tag. I'm going to do this function, and then I know that the trigger is mobile nav. So I'm going to select that mobile nav based on its class name, and then I would do click. So on click of it, and then I want my side nav, or what I call side navigation, to toggle class, and the class is visible, right? So I'm going to give it a visible. So basically what this means that this line means that when all the DOM element is already loaded in the page, whenever you click on this element with the class mobile nav, I want the element with the side navigation class to toggle the class visible, meaning that the first time you click, add it, the second time you click, you want to remove it, right? So right now, if I click on this, you can see that I can see the navigation, and if I click again, there you go. Alright, so next step, which is going to be talking about the media queries, is whenever you go to the tablet view, you want this guy to go away, and also you want to see a side navigation over here. So what we're going to do is that we define the media. I want it to be only the screen, like desktop. I don't want it to be print or anything. And if the min width is 768 pixel, which means that this is basically includes all the screens that from the tablet. So there you go. Now what I'm going to do here is I want to get rid of this guy. So I know that the name of it is mobile nav, and then I want to set the display to none. right? And yeah, let's see, media only screen and min width 70, and then I want the mobile nav to be, let's see if we have defined it over here. Yeah, mobile nav. I want a visibility to be hidden, right? Visibility. So let's see what we have here. Okay, this doesn't work. Maybe display none. But also I need to make sure that on my mobile navigation I already have display block, right? So yeah, right, I have to actually scroll a little bit. Yeah, so I'm getting out of the mobile and then going to tablet. You get rid of this guy. It's not visible anymore. So the next thing that I want to do, I have this top navigation, right? I want this to be visible. So I'm going to do display block. You can see that I can see how it looks like. The next thing is the side navigation, which is kind of hidden right now. So the side navigation, and then I know that I have already set it to hidden, so visibility should be visible at all time. You can see that now. I'm kind of looking at it, but also depending on, it depends on you, but I will set the width of it to be maybe 90 pixel. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, pretty cool. And then I also want to get rid of these second spans or all the link titles, which is like in my li element, the second or the last child. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go side navigation, and then I know that I'm in ULLI and then span last child. I want the visibility to be hidden, right? So as you can see, now I don't see those. The next thing I want to do is to increase the size of these icons. So it's pretty much the same selector, but this is going to be my first child, which are the icons. So in this case, I want the font size to be maybe, I don't know, 18 pixels, right? Let's see how they look. Yeah, I got a little bit bigger, maybe 22, maybe 24 pixel. Yeah, and then also I want the padding to be maybe 0 and 10 pixel. You can see that they kind of centered out. I also want their color to be a little bit brighter. So color is going to be white, or let's just choose the hex of it. There you go. So now you can see that in the tablet view you have this pretty cool sort of, menu over here, which goes away on the mobile version, and then it comes back in, in the tablet version. And then if you expand a little bit more, I want to add now the links as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to define another media query. It's going to be media, and then I want it to be only on screen. I don't want it to be on print, so everything that has a screen, like your computer or desktop monitor. And then I would do min width. So for desktop, the min width is 1170 pixel, right? And then here, I have removed this guy, or set the visibility of the last child to hidden. I want it to be visible again, right? And also I would like my side navigation with, I'll copy it from here. I want the side navigation with, I already enabled this visibility visible for whatever that has a min width of 768, which is kind of the desktop version as well. I just want this guy to be 140 pixel, right? And the last shot to be visible. So you can see that it kind of looks good. I just need to even add more width to it so that everything is kind of aligned. So as you can see, we have it on the desktop version. If I, resize this to the tablet version, it gets to be like this. And then if I go a little bit more, it gets hidden. And then if you click, on this trigger, you're gonna see the menu. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please comment on the video if you have any question or comments. And don't forget to check out the UI kit that I've developed. It's going to be hopefully useful. I'm going to add more stuff to it. So stay tuned and Merry Christmas. Bye everyone.